Let us talk about that tour. Let us talk about that tour. So we're gonna be talking about gold. Uh, anyway, the chart that I just opened, it's BTC, but I want us to just get to talk about gold. So let me just open the chart for gold. Anyway, I love to do a top-down analysis. A top-down analysis, we start with a 4-hour time frame. From a 4-hour time frame, we scale to an hour time frame. From an hour time frame, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes. Then we can just look for entries on the 5 minutes time frame or a 1 minute time frame. But because the market is closed now, so we won't be taking any trades from gold because we know the market is closed. So all I'm gonna do is just to break down this chart using um, my own kind of analysis. So I'm gonna be trying to show you what I think gold will likely to do this coming week. Mind you, I'm not the market maker, so I'm trying to give you the breakdown of what might happen. Mini slash yo, what's up, man? What's up? How are you? How are you, man? How are you doing? I'll allow you to join the live later on, man. But now I just need to analyze, so I can't give you the platform now. So yeah. When we look at gold at a 4-hour time frame, we can just see a clear bearish movement to the downside. When we talk of a bearish movement, we are talking about this black candlestick that we're going down. And look at how it closed on Friday. So it closed in a bearish movement. So yeah, so if you're joining us on the live, please, if you're not following us, kindly follow us, share the live stream, and make sure you press that heart. You press that heart. And if you wanna give a gift, just go on again and give a gift. I'm talking to those who are those in TikTok. Yeah, so like I was saying, last week we saw a bearish movement on gold, and on Friday it closed bearish. So most people, they will think it might buy, most people will think it might sell. But what will determine where price will go this coming week, it is how we're gonna be looking at it now. So we're gonna be breaking it down to try and see where the market will likely to go. So most people, like I said, they're looking for buys, some are looking for sells, but that doesn't, it's not a guarantee that price will do that. Only how price will react this coming week will determine if we are buying or selling. But at the moment, we can't say you need to buy or sell this price. We can say you need to buy or sell this price until we break it down into uh, the concept that I'm doing. That's when then I can say I'll either buy it or sell it after I have made a top down analysis. But if I haven't done the top down analysis, then I cannot say price will buy, I cannot say price will sell, because I don't have a clear view of where price will go. But the moment now I start to analyze, that's when I'll begin to see what price will likely to do. So if you're watching us from Facebook, if you're watching us from YouTube, if you're watching us from TikTok, please like the live stream, share the live stream so that your friend can see, your families can see, and those who are trading can see. You never know. By doing that, you will help a brother out there. So let's just get down to business. Let's get down to business. So make sure you like the live stream, you share the live stream, and if you are not following us, make sure you follow all our pages or all of our platforms, either on Facebook, on TikTok, on YouTube, even on Instagram. So make sure you follow our live stream if you want to always get this kind of information. This is what I do each and every week. I do a top down analysis before I can just start trading. I do a top down analysis. So please kindly, if you are following us, make sure you like and share the live stream. So first thing is first. I always tell you that before you go any further, or before you can use the previous data of the market, you need to observe or find these 4 key levels that has been placed before your eyes by the market. I said the first thing we look forward, we look for the external levels. Our external levels, we have the external high and the external low. So in this case, our external high and our external low is this 2 levels here. So these are the levels that we first outline or we first label. Where are those things? Where are those ones that I have liked? So the first thing that we do is we label our external high. So this becomes our external high. I love to take the whole candlestick because it's a very good approach, in the sense that it gives you an idea of where price might likely. It might come and tap on this low of that candlestick and start selling off, or it can even go to the high. So it's very important, or even the midpoint of that level. So it's very important to outline the whole candlestick that made that high. So this becomes our external high, or should we call resistance. So external high or external resistance. So when we have outlined that level, then we have the first key point that we can identify at that current moment. So this is what price gave, or what price presented on the previous week. So this is the current high that is currently holding the market to trade below it. Then we have this external low. Because it's a big candlestick, I will take from the tail of it. Okay, from the tail of it. So this becomes our external low slash support. So our external low, which is also acting as a support level, it is the reason why I'm taking it is because it is the low or the level that was what was made after price made that external high. So after price went higher, it dropped, and that was the low that it created. So these two levels becomes crucial to the sense that they keep price to be between them. So price is not trading above them. Price is not trading above the external high or the resistance, and price is not trading below the external low or the external support. So this level are keeping price between them. So we see gold trading in between of these two levels. Then what is that low that made that high, or that low that propelled the price to create that external high? So you'll find out that we have this low. So now this low becomes what? Our external low. It becomes our external low. Why? The reason being, it was created after price did what? After price after price made it, it made the external high. So this is the point that was created after. So it becomes the internal low, which is acting as a resistance. So this low was created after price created this high. So you can just take it from that level. It's still okay. You can take the high from that point. It's still okay. The reason why I was taking the whole body of that level, which is also okay. So these levels, they give us a huge understanding, or a very good eye, that when price comes and revisits certain levels or those levels, we know that price is likely to either buy or either sell. So when we have outlined such levels, we have a very, very, very accurate levels that can either make price not to go beyond them or to keep price below them. I got it. Then after price created this high, this low, external low, it made this high, this internal high. So this internal high too becomes what? A very important level in the market. I will explain after I outline them why I had to take these levels. Internal high slash resistance 2. So now we have 4 major levels that are very crucial, in the sense that every time we see price, or if we see price visiting those levels, there has to be a certain reaction that price does. So price shows a reaction that gives you an edge, that if these levels, if price comes to them, I might sell or buy from them because they act as a high level or high point in the market that keeps price intact or keeps price from going beyond them. So price always bounce back from there. For example, this external low that was created by this external high, whenever price comes to that low, look at how it reacts. So it fails to close below it, which gives you an idea that this level is a strong support level. So it's a strong level that price fails to break it. Rather, price reacts on it and keeps doing what? And keeps heading to the opposite direction. Then this internal high that was created after price made this low, every time we see price come into it, we saw a reaction. So when price revisited this high, we saw it selling off back to where? Back to the external low. And when it came back again to the external low, same thing again happened. Price reacted on that level, showing us that this external low, it is still intact. It is still strong to the sense that it holds price from breaking and continue going down. So price keeps revisiting that level but fails to break it to the downside. So this low becomes a high level of support or a high level of point in the market that keeps price to trade above it, not below it. Until we see price breaking and closing below that level, that's when we can say now you can sell your price and targeting other levels that are below, or other support levels that are below that level. But as much as price keeps on hitting that level and fails to break it, it gives you a very positive and a very high what can I say, high mentality that whenever price comes to that level, it fails to go down or it fails to push or to be bearish. So price keeps on hitting that level and it reacts by doing what? By going to the upside. So this external low becomes very important in the market. Then the high that was created by that external low, you can see also how that level also pushes price to the downside. So price is failing also to what? To trade above this internal high that was created by this external low. So these are the 2 points that when price opens this coming day on Monday, we will see if one of these two will be broken. And if price breaks this internal high, then we are certain that price will likely to retest this internal low. And if it breaks it, then we know that we are heading to that level. So don't take lightly this external low and say because it was made before the external high, it won't stand. It will be very strong. The fact being that after price created it, it made that external high. So because of that, I have tested this so many times. Because of that, it becomes a high level of resistance, a high level that price keeps on bouncing from it. You'll see if price breaks this high, this internal high, when it approaches this level, you see how it reacts from it. Before breaking it, it has to show respect to that level, because it is one of the levels that are very important in the market. So you need to pay attention to those levels. These four levels, these four major levels, these are the levels that I am looking at this coming week. So at the moment, I cannot tell you to buy gold or to sell gold. Reason being, it is closed. The market is closed now. So the reaction that I will see after price opens on Monday, it will determine if I'll be buying it or I'll be selling it. But if it breaks my external low, then I'm gonna be selling it. But if it fails to break my external low on Monday, then it's a sign that I need to go long on gold. It's a must for me to go long on gold rather than selling it. So these are the very levels that as a trader you need to train your eyes to always find. Because if I've used this strategy so many times, and it has made me to make money so many times. It is one of the strategies that when I make a top-down analysis, I make sure I look for these levels. Reason being, they give me clarity of where price will likely to go. Without these levels, I find myself losing. But if I have these levels, I'm always sure and 100% accurate when it comes to executing my trades, because I already know the levels that propels price either to buy or either to sell. Then now, let's go to an hour time frame so that you can see how these levels, how price respects these levels. So you can see that on an hour time frame, you can even properly scale them to that extent, right? And to that is that high. So now they are clear on what on an hour time frame. So now let's observe how price reacts whenever it comes to those levels on an hour time frame. Okay, first, when price came to this low, look at the reaction. It shows you that it failed, or it's failing to do what, to break that level. So you can just take from this candlestick. So this becomes your low. So look at how price reacts on that level. It shows you that that internal low or internal resistance is a very unique level. So we can see the first retest, then the second retest, and another one. Here it is. So we have three retests before price break into the downside. So price retested that level 3 times before we saw a breakout, right? So now you can see why I say these levels are very important. They are very important in the sense that they keep price from they make price to react whenever it comes to those levels. So these levels are very important. Then when we come to this, let's go to the external high. So we had the first retest on an H1. This was the first retest. Whoa. No, this was the formation of the high. This is the first retest. So price retested once, then twice, then it kept going down. So you see that price respects these levels. Then when we go to this high, we have this retest. So it was retested once and price went down. But when we go to this low, we had this retest, which was a break to the downside, and price failed to stay below that level, and it came inside it. Then that's when we saw price making this retest, which is the second one. Then we had the third one, still price being kept to that in the upside. Then we have this one. So we had four retests. Price retested that level 4 times on an H1 time frame. So it shows you how these levels are very, 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 very important and crucial in the market. So you need to sharpen your eye to know this kind of levels. You need to outline them before you can just do anything. Your eyes should always help you to see these levels. And mind you, if you are like me, you can see them on a 4-hour time frame. When you scale down, now you begin to see how these levels are very important, because on lower time frame they show you how many time price reacted or retested on those levels and failed to break those levels. Or if it had broken those levels, it failed to keep itself either below or above that level. So these are levels that are very crucial in the market, and I use this strategy almost every day, almost every week, because when I've outlined these levels before the beginning of the week, I already know my key levels that I'm gonna be focusing on when I analyze to look for entries. I know what I'm gonna be focusing on before I can even execute my trade. I already know if price comes to my external low and fails to close below it, I'm buying that price. If price comes to my internal high and fails to break it to the upside, I'm selling that market. And I know where my target is. I know where my take profit will be. Because every time when I take that trade, I already know where price will likely to go, because I've outlined these levels that are very important in the market. So this is what I'm trying to show you. Let's scale down to 30 minutes so that you can see also how price reacts on that levels again on a 30 minutes. Look at that. In a 30 minutes, you can see the 5th time it's here. Some retest. These are the retests that you can see 1, 2, 3. So on a 30 minutes, we can see this small one, this first one. So it becomes very easy for you to even take your trades, because even when you are using a small time frame, they still act as your point of entries. So they become very, 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 very helpful when you just analyze. You can see that on a 30 minutes, price keeps on reacting on those levels. It keeps on reacting. 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 It's showing you how important these levels are in the market. Price never lies. Price, one thing that I've taught myself is that price will never lie, and price will always show me where the market is likely to go, what I should look for before I can just say I'm taking a buy entry, before I say I'm taking a sell entry. I know what I'm looking for. I know where I'm buying. I know where I'm selling. So that's my breakdown on gold. I don't need to make it complicated because I've seen these levels working for me. So I just give you the blueprint from what you're gonna be using these levels. It's up to you. How you're gonna be using them, it's up to you. I'm just giving you levels that I'm focusing on this coming week, and it's up to you whether you're gonna be using them or not. So if you're gonna be using them, you have your own strategy, but I know what best works with these levels. So if you wanna learn, you know what to do. So yeah, that's it from me. I love you guys, and I pray that this coming week you become profitable, that whatever that you're gonna be trading, it pays you. That's my prayer for you. That's my prayer. For me, I'll be making money. I know this week I'll be making money. I don't know about you, but myself, I'm gonna be making money. So yeah, I hope I have helped you, and if I haven't helped you, I'm sorry. Any questions before I close? Any questions before I close? If you have a question, this is the best time for you to just ask me before we close. Okay, looks like there are no questions. So see you tomorrow when we are live again.